It changed my world forever. In 12 seconds, I went from 0 to 0.
He's making weird noises, Art. He's breathing. He's breathing. He's knocked out, but he's breathing.
From the time that avalanche fractured to the time I was crushed into a tree and buried was 12 seconds. In a mere 12 seconds, everything changed. As you can imagine, in just a controlled panic, they got out their avalanche beacons, and all day long the beacons transmit the same signal. So if someone goes down, the group pulls theirs out, switches to search mode, leaving one beacon in transmit mode, which of course in this case is my beacon. So they dug all the snow around me. They knew they had to get my airway opened up though. They took a finger and fish hooked snow out of my mouth and got my airway opened up, and I was breathing them but making like a lot of weird wheezing noises and a shortness of breath and bizarre stuff. They knew they had to get help right away. So my best friend Tim was there. He rushed to the top of the ridge with his cell phone to call for a helicopter. They landed at St. Alphonsus Medical Center in Boise 5 hours from the time of the avalanche, 5 hours. And right on the helipad, they took the gurney of the helicopter, and what they all feared happened. I died. I stopped breathing. I was dead for a minute. Ripped the helmet off my head. So the biggest concern was I'd struck a tree like a rag doll, no protection around my brain. They found hematomas, which is blood clotting, blood pooling brain damage on both sides of my brain. I was in a state of coma, and the doctor's report to my family that night was, we're not yet going to spend all the money to treat Matt's injuries because there's a very good chance he's not going to survive the night. So with confidence, he marched out and told my family, he said, I'm really sorry. He said this, he said, short of a miracle, Matt will not be with us anymore. But the doctor said, look, he said, I know it's exciting. I know there's some signs here of hope, but he said, look, I don't have any way of knowing if he's coming out of this. And if he does, be aware of something. When he does, he will not be the same person you once knew. They called their daddy in a coma. They put a cell phone in my ear. My boy's saying, you never let go. I truly believe, guys, with my whole heart that a miracle happened at that moment right there, because I have no memory of this, but they recorded that moment I raised my eyebrows and tried to smile. I heard my boys singing to me, right? And from that point forward, I began to show more signs of life, more responsive stimuli, more action. But a lot more time passed. A lot more progression happened, but it still took a long time. It wasn't until day 41 they said I was officially out of comatose state. I was hospitalized for 88 straight days. I don't think I got to tell you that 88 days in the hospital is like being in prison. Right? You're stuck there. You can't leave. You can't do anything without people's assistance. And 88 days in the hospital was a victory to go home, but it was also very challenging. Because I went back to a world that did not know me anymore, and I essentially did not know my world. Again, and I've had to pick up the pieces where they fall and put them back where I can fit them and keep on going. That's going to be life for all of us at some point. Hopefully never on the scale I've faced, but it might. We got to pick up the pieces back up, and sometimes those pieces are going to fit in a different spot. We'll fit them there anyway and keep on going. Every human being is going to face adversity at some point. So adversity is not an option, it's a fact of life. Because you can let life happen to you, or you can make life happen for you. So my question today is, what's it going to be for you? What will it be for you? Are you going to do ounces or tons? In your marriage, if you're facing challenges, are you going to face ounces or tons? Because it's going to take work to fix a marriage. In your life, in your job, in your leadership role, your connection with people, are you going to face ounces or tons? My choice to choose ounces gave 3 young boys their daddy back. And since then, those 3 young boys now have some new siblings because I married my beautiful wife about 4 years ago, and I adopted her 3 kids, and we had one together on accident. Oops. My dad says, you know what causes that, right? but now I get this. It's a blessing, guys. Huge. I mean, they're even older than that now, but I got 7 kids. I finally got a daughter out of the mix. Had to adopt her, but I got a daughter, right? But God, I would not have had that if I'd have chose to dig a hole, whine, cry, poor me, why this happened to happen, it's not fair, it's so stupid. We've all been there, right? But if we keep going down that rat hole, we're gonna get to our bottom of the hole and go, wow. But when you find yourself in a hole in life, the first thing you better do is stop digging, right? If there's one fundamental concept that's kept you going, what is it? And without hesitation, the fundamental concept I always go to is this: focus on things you can change. It took a long time to peck out a little book in my phone, and then eventually I got a computer and started. I only have one hand, right? So I tapped the whole thing with one hand. But as I began to see my story unfold, I suddenly realized there's still more positive than there is negative. Wow. I had a deep, burning passion inside me to get my life back on track, to give my boys their daddy back, to give to the world again, to make a difference again, to leave a footprint. You cannot say you're passionate about something unless you have love, desire, and devotion. Apply that right now. Apply that in your leadership. If you're in a leadership role of any kind, every day with your people, people don't follow you because your name tag says you're the boss. They follow you because they see a passion in you. He once said, leadership is about passion, not position. Leadership is about passion, not position. If they see a passion in you, if they see a drive in you, they see something, they see a fire lit inside of you, they're going to follow you to the ends of the earth. I'll close with this. Yesterday you said tomorrow.